Hello and welcome to my stream. Um, Today I'll be talking about yesterday's game. Now, I was playing the lovely country of Bananas, and I didn't get to see what happened in Europe. However, I'll make some comments on what I think happened. But I'll make some comments on what I know happened this session in Eastern Asia. Shimazu fought the Chad War. He fought the war, and he won. However, he is exceptionally poor, as you can tell by the fact he only has 28 income and has 400 dev. Now I know he's gone bankrupt like 5 times or something, so I'm not going to comment on that. But good job for what you've done so far. I didn't think you'd be able to recover this, but you somehow have. Also, weird champ. It's a bit of a worrying vassal fee. Demarch this guy and integrate them. Root out the rest of your corruption. Get some buildings down, my friend. You really, really need them. Not a single manufacturer. 1, 2, 3, 4 workshops. And hardly any fucking temples. But you've done a fantastic job in surviving, which is a lot to say. On to the next country. Manchu. Manchu, you've done a fucking horrible job of surviving. Your economy is still utterly garbage. 6 corruption, you're not rooting out. You haven't formed Qing. We've removed endgame tags. It's safe to form Qing. No, and now you get the now you get an actual country that isn't actually garbage. Your free empire, you get free claims, you get to move your capital to Beijing for free. You make more than 4 ducats from trade because you're collecting 2 places. Speaking of which, you should probably move your main to Beijing and just upgrade the main centers of trade. And stop boxing with the Chinese, they're gonna die. Like, Jesus Christ, they're so scuffed at the moment. Tag X25 because you've got weird tags. Also, I fought 2 gigantic bankruptcy wars in a single session, took 7 corruption, and didn't take the gold mine for himself. But that's fine. He needed a vassal to spit out because he wouldn't have caught it in time. He's gonna go bankrupt for the 2nd time, pretty soonish. Probably root out the corruption before going bankrupt. Just you've got a little bit less. Maybe run some advisors whilst you're doing it. You're behind on ideas, but that's fine. Everyone in China is massively behind on ideas. Except me. Now on to Borstan, who's looking pretty dead. They've got loans. I think they went bankrupt. Probably looking at this. Not sure when. Because he should have been able to recover it from now. Instead of killing those rebels, my friend, let them occupy you, break the rebels, get free stability. Right, it's not that hard to do. And you can do this as well at some point maybe. Also, don't lose a war to Nepal. Oh, it's easy. Come on, bro. So boxing with Qing and also, your country is literally garbage. Even with the land you had, you would have been garbage. You need more marches. You're a march-based country. Right, you get mercenary discipline, you get interest per annum, you get income from vassals, you get vassal force limit contribution. It's beautiful, man, I promise you. On to the aforementioned Ayutthaya. They won a giant bankruptcy war against Orsai, Then they truce broke Orsai as soon as they are out of their bankruptcy into Chad 3v1, and of course lost massively. Now all that's left of their army is this. They have no money, he's 8 corruption, -72 prestige, he's looking exceptionally dead. If Nepal doesn't help him, which I don't know, might just, you got a shit economy but are you tired and you fucked up the gold mine, you don't have it no more. Onto Malaya. Malaya is also dead. Like, come on, bro. Um, country's a mess, man. Got stuff breaking out of you. You've got internal conflicts. You've got 49 income, which is pretty sure it's the same as the double bankrupt 7 corruption Orsai, pretty much. And you're Malaya. You shouldn't be getting involved in this Chinese wars, man. It's gonna absolutely kill you. Upgrade these heavy ships. Prepare for war. You know, there's Portugal with exploration, expansion, and quality quantity. He's probably going to wreck your navy. You need naval ideas, not quality and quantity. Which is an island nation, but you're playing it almost like a land nation. It's going to get you killed, I'm afraid. Yeah. It's just a mess. I'd honestly say if Portugal or Great Britain were to attack you right now, you literally would not stand a single chance in the entire world. Half your ships are out of date. Like, just you're massively in debt. You've got like no sailors for some reason because you didn't go naval. What's your naval morale like? It's 3.5. We'll have a look at that again once I've looked at Portugal and GB. But yeah, Eastern Asia is looking exceptionally rough and worse for wear. You need advisors. You need to take better ideas. You need to not be a mess, or you're gonna die. Now onto a country that is not a mess, but has made a gigantic mistake. Lovely male cum has taken a lot of overextension. Bunch of pretty god awful land for the most part. Like, look at that, man. It's literally worthless. Why would you take this ever? There's no way you can fix this in the period of the game span. There's no way you can exploit it down to a reasonable level. It's gonna cost a hell of a lot of amount to increase. Dev. It's 54 because it's 23 dev already. Wrong culture, wrong everything. Like, but at least it feeds into your node, so you're making even more money that AI can steal. Just goes to Samarkand. Yeah, one of the winners of the Indian Wars, and at the moment the strongest because he's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of buildings built up. He hasn't built these though, which would improve his income significantly. And he's got regimental camps in a lot of his land, but still more to build, of course. He's very well built on the barracks size. His manpower is really good. Got pretty much all of the Bengal node aside from 2 shitty provinces. The Bamanas owns, which is pretty decent for his income, but the AI is still stealing his trade. Like Bamanas has innate trade power there that is not going to go away unless you embargo him. To just do that, take a 5% trade efficiency hit. And the AI won't be able to pull as much out. Now on to Bamanis, the winner of India, so to speak. It's me. I've got big income, I've got big boy manpower. I've got tiny army though, because I just got out of war with Vijayanagar, I didn't murk up like an idiot. I'm building more manufactories as we speak. I'm building a couple of regimental camps, but I'm focusing on the eco for the time being. And I'm not up to date on my barracks because I did some deving earlier. But I'm looking strong. I'm looking big. I'm not going to say what my plans are, but it involves my vassals in the west. I think Timurids left mid-session. They're pretty dead. They've lost a war to Ottomans. They've lost a war to Bermanis. They've been cut into 3 pieces. Bukhara is also dead. Lost a war to Russia, who's got his gold mine, which was his most important province. And Russia is in an absolutely fucking terrible state. He's getting Poland to clear his rebels, which is real nice of Poland. He's about to go bankrupt. He's got 3 corruptions still. Could use that to get rid of the rebels. Do that to fix your autonomy. Do that after you go bankrupt to get some army. Like that will literally double your army size. You've been on an exceptionally rough period because of the wars you've been in with Sweden and Bukhara. However, you're still alive. Ruthenia. It's number 5 now, what can I say? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your country? Why do you always have corruption? Why are you always bankrupt? How do you someone manage to have power projection? Give me a sec. Yeah, sorry about that, my brother's watching television. You got no income, you got nothing. You're just there. I don't know how you're not dead already, but you're making it somehow. Sweden. Sweden's probably dead. They're only making 5 ducats in the Baltic Sea. And that is the biggest contender as to whether or not you're an alive Sweden. You lost all of your Novgorod land and some of your Danish land. You got 3 corruption, you got an income of 18, 400 dev. Burger disaster incoming. Not sure when. Oh, actually it's not gonna come. Because you're in internal conflict, you smart man. This guy isn't the best of guys. But he's better than what you've got. Not better than your heir though. But you can't really afford to kill him at the moment. Delete some of his forts or find someone to pump you money. Because at the moment your country is nothing. In an exceptionally terrible spot. Prussia. Prussia fought a war against Cologne, I think, over Bavaria or something. I wasn't here to see it. France propped Cologne up, or Prussia would have stomped them. Cologne somehow got 11 corruption. You've got a little bit of corruption, that's fine. Snap this guy on. You can probably afford it. Slap this off. You haven't got rebels coming up yet, or in a while. You've stated the gold mine, which is good. However, you should have accepted Czech culture, since that gives you more trade efficiency. Not trade efficiency, it gives you more production efficiency. You can make more use of the gold mine. But prosperity everywhere, which is decent, which means you didn't bankrupt. I'm getting DM'd by some spam bot. Sorry about that. But yeah, Prussia's in a not terrible spot, despite losing a war. If he just sits back and AFKs for a while, I'll be exceptionally strong. So we got some decent-ish manpower dev going on. And he's got the entire Saxon node. Stop zeroing to I sort of got I just defriended that. Yeah, collecting Saxony, collecting the Baltic Sea. You gotta do this ghetto ass trade setup because GB steals most of Lubeck. nothing you can do about it, I'm afraid. Just collecting here, building up some more manufactories, because I know you ain't got none, because I subbed you last session. And your income's gonna go up. You'll be alive, at least. You got Prussian ideas and Prussian government. So you're in a very strong position if you know how to use it. I'm not sure what the deal with this is, but couple that up, man. It's free real estate. Colin will probably just attack you for it. Under protection of Daddy France. I'm gonna go have a look at Poland. Poland is probably dead. They lost a giant war to Ottomans who's got 100,000 more manpower than them. He's wasting his troops fighting number 5's rebels and saving Russia, which is honest to God a mistake. Let number 5 die, let him collapse, don't make him suffer anymore. This is his worst game so far. You're letting yourself break away. Also, Core Tyrol. It's 126, but it's absolutely worth it. Get yourself a massive income. Not sure why you'd call this over this, but it's up to you, man. Your country's a mess, you're probably gonna die. Let's have a look at Ottomans. 210,000 manpower, that's I think the third highest in the game. It's not a military, it's not a main statistics, isn't it? Yeah. Yep, third highest. You're in a very good spot. You're a bit underbuilt. And I'd say a bit, I mean really underbuilt. Because you fought a war with Poland and didn't bankrupt, then you fought a war with Timrit and didn't bankrupt. And also instead of bankrupting, you didn't bankruptcy build. So you just spent ages paying off debt. Forts need upgrading, but I'm pretty sure that's a mistake literally everyone's making. So I'm probably Malcolm. Is Malcolm even there? Yeah, Malcolm's not upgrading his forts either. I'm not upgrading my forts, Timur's didn't upgrade his forts. Spain hasn't upgraded his forts. Jamie hasn't upgraded his forts. Poland hasn't upgraded his forts. No, number 5 wouldn't upgrade his forts if he had any. But you're in a very, very strong position. You've got 200,000 troops here. You could just literally stomp all over Poland. He's even got full quantity, but he's 100 force limit down on you. He stands no chance. But he's got help from Prussia and maybe Russia. But Russia's dead in the water if he does anything. Despite your rough start, you've done exceptionally good cookies. So I'm on the build-up side. Now I'm gonna move into Cologne. What is it? Coal, of course. Cologne is in a decent spot. Has 11 corruption that he is not rooting out for some reason. Just slap that up, dude. You can afford it for now. I know you're not building anything. You've got control over the Rhineland, but everyone's stealing your money because it's an inland node. Like, either eat these AIs or make France eat them so they stop pouring your money away. Not really sure what to say about Cologne. It's an Enderberg nation, so it's bound to be disappointing in some ways. The 11 corruption is the most disappointing thing though. Also, you're a republic, which is really weird. Not sure why. I think Cologne starts to say not a republic. It starts to say monastic order. Now onto your master, France, the winner of Europe. He's literally won Europe. There's nothing anyone can do to stop him. He's got strongest military in Europe. Second strongest in the world. He could probably get away with 2v1ing Spain and GB. They couldn't stop you. You've got your forts here. You just go on the offensive in GB. And Spain either leaves the mainland or gets fucked on your forts. You're losing out on trade, however, because you made your main node Genoa, and you don't even collect all that you steer from Champagne, which is really strange. But no disrespect, you got control of Venice, which means you're going to be rich regardless. So you can just make that your effective main node, because you'll have 100% in it. But I'm sure that's what you're already doing. But just stop outboxing, Christ, lad. I knew there was something I forgot. Zan. Kilwa is annoying. He keeps privateering me. He's got no army. Um, he's got hardly any money. He's only got an income of 82. He's got nothing in the way of navy. Like he's got 6 heavies, and okay, at least they're all upgraded. But no, like, you're just in a terrible position. Just ditch quantity, dude. Take naval, and focus mill. Not sure why you're focusing admin at the moment. There's no point filling out. Well, I really don't know why you're focusing admin. You've hardly expanded. Zanzibar's already yours. You got most of Portugal, not Portugal, Congo. Anyway, on to Spain. Spain is allied to France and has been since 1444. Um, he's pretty decently built up on these, but there's none in his freshly conquered African stuff. And he's got barracks to build still. Gold mine is decently devved. He's got fantastic income. I think this is the best in the game. So he made Genoa his main node, and is splitting Sevilla 50-50 with Portugal, which is weird champ as frick. Because Portugal has more trade efficiency. Got 2 giant vassals in Tunis. Not sure why you'd feed Tripoli that much land. Just makes them harder to integrate when you want that land immediately, because it's the best provinces in Tunis. Which is not saying much. Most of Tunis is ore scrap. I'd honestly leave Tripolinia and this stuff to like a march or a vassal. Like just press this button, designate march, and your force limit goes up a wee bit. And you never have to worry about this stuff again. Just also stick it to steer trade. Saving that for deving cycle. Your thingy majiggies are really disloyal for some reason. Can't even get your mill points from them. You're up to date on tech. You've got quality, eco, quantity, inno, which is standard aside from France is going offensive. You're in a pretty decent position if France doesn't decide to just kill you. But if I were you, I'd upgrade these. Oh, you already are. You're a lad, you're a legend. You're the only one who's upgrading their forts. Actually, France is as well, that's a lie. Yeah, upgrade that one as well. Build one here. So you can do some fort shenanigans. Or else France can literally just walk from there to there. Which is obnoxious as hell. Just ignoring the mountains and going straight for the hills. You can do that there as well. But build forts here and here. Just as extra defensive lines. You literally need a line of forts for Iberia to be properly defended. There's no point in having forts in Italy aside from like building like one here and here, just so he doesn't get more war score on you, because I'm sure you've got naval control. You got 52 light ships, 10 more here. You got 34 heavies, 36 transports. You got enough cannons. You haven't got any mercs apiece, which is good. No mistake, I see lots of people having. I swear to God, Spain has an explorer through their ideas. No, they've got a colonist through their ideas. So they can't do plus ultra. But which unlocks in some decent stuff. And you're saving your 15 morale mission. I'd be scared if I was France. Because this mission is absolutely fantastic. The Spanish missions are honest to God, like actually god tier. There's one that gives you 20 dev, I think. Don't remember where it is though. But yeah, find whichever one it is. It gives you dev cost. Pop your golden arrow. Build universities everywhere. Dev all this crap land to gold land. And GBR, who's ran by our main man Svert, hasn't done much this session. Um, they really haven't done much. They just let Portugal outscale them. Get yourself a colonial player. You've got full control of the English Channel, which is absolutely fantastic. Integrate these vassals, state that land up, dev that land up. Get yourself more than 100k manpower. Um, probably quantity or offensive next. Drop expansion, you don't need that anymore. Decent looking country. It's pretty good on the build up, but it needs some more in the French region. And has absolutely none in Lubeck, which is weird because you get most of that trade anyways. You haven't hardly built any regimental camps. Your income is looking fine though, which is good. You need some more of these bad boys. And I think that is. Oh yeah, I was gonna compare Portugal. Portugal is a colonizer. He's got no manpower. He's fighting a war in India. Hopefully, he doesn't take more than his fair share of India. Um, the Vishanaga's actually got a lot of troops and could probably just beat him right here. He hasn't got a general there. Just you got no morale because you bankrupt, but what's this? No, and there's Portugal gone. And yeah, Portugal could easily get kicked out of India in a moment like that. However, Big Boy Daddy Bamanis is there to go boom 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 boom. Once the truce up, of course. But yeah, Portugal has a naval morale of 4.33. Hasn't popped his golden arrow yet, I don't think. He has not. So yeah. Okay, so with that he's got 4.63. There might be Portugal missions. I don't know. I've literally never looked at Portugal's missions. I've never thought about playing them. I'm not sure why you would. But you signed up for it, Chris. And I'm gonna say Portugal's 3.5. No, Malaya 3.5 and less heavies. You've only got 17, and they need to be upgraded. So yeah, that's it for the FrogCast. Eastern Asia is dead. India is controlled by 2 players. Europe is controlled by France, Ottomans, and Spain. Poland's dead. Prussia is probably dead as well. Though if Ottomans kills Poland, then Prussia gets a lot of land. Ruthenia is just a walking corpse at literally every single point in the game. Every single session he's bankrupt and has 10 corruption, no prestige. Sweden is probably dead this session. Spain or France is probably going to die next session. If I was Spain, I'd use my missions, and I'd use my, what is this, 30% shock damage received to murder France. France hasn't got too much mark them, I don't think, like 95. You've got more than that. If you pop all your missions, abuse your shock damage, maybe pop your golden arrow, you can probably beat him. Although you can't really pop your golden arrow at the moment because you haven't converted to another nation. Which is strange because you've got vassals that are heretics. instant golden arrow. Well, Muntic golden arrow. But yeah, that's it for FrogCast for the today. Good session.